The male archetype of the Sigma male is much rarer than people think. However, he houses a number of powerful qualities that make him the perfect example of a lone wolf personality. It sounds pretty cool to be a lone wolf, right? And that's why there are many people who would describe themselves as one. But the truth is that this personality type is actually incredibly rare. So in today's video, we're going to tell you the 7 signs that you are a true lone wolf. Number 7. You put your foot down. If you don't tolerate abuse or betrayal from anyone and you have clear boundaries, then this is another sign that you are a lone wolf. Lone wolves don't take crap from anyone. They know how to put their foot down and make their boundaries crystal clear. And if someone steps over the line, then you better believe they'll know about it soon enough. Lone wolves are very difficult to manipulate or gaslight when it comes to romantic relationships. They won't tolerate being treated poorly or cheated on. Does this sound like you? If you find yourself in a situation with someone where it's clear they aren't treating you the way you deserve, then for you, your relationship with that person is over. They might try to sweet talk and manipulate you into changing your mind, but it doesn't work on you. If you can relate to this, then it could mean that you are a lone wolf. Of course, you don't cut someone out of your life for a simple mistake. But equally, you don't let people push you around or disrespect your choices and decisions. This might mean losing some friendships, but they aren't the quality friends you want in your life anyway. So you're all the better for it. Good for you. Number 6. Small talk bores you. In social situations, there's usually some quantity of small talk. But if you're a lone wolf, then you find meaningless chit-chat about the mundane incredibly dull. You couldn't care less about your colleagues' kids' school grades, where your friend's sister went on holiday last week, or what the hot celeb gossip of the day is. Lone wolves find this kind of discussion pointless and a waste of their precious time. You'll probably be polite about it, but your eyes glaze over and you will quickly fade out of conversations that don't add anything valuable to your life. Many people think that this behavior is non-empathetic or detached, but it's not that you don't empathize with them, it's just that the daily dramas and problems of others just don't seem like your business. And anyway, what are you supposed to do with that information? What input does that person want from you? If you're a lone wolf, then you tend to tune out from the small talk and, frankly, get a little irritated by it. You would rather talk about more interesting, deep, and meaningful topics with people you actually connect with. Otherwise, what's the point in communicating? Number 5. You're not easy to read. One of the subtlest ways to tell if you're a lone wolf is whether or not you are easy to read. They're not someone who could be described as an open book and are notoriously private. If people tend to label you as mysterious or complain that they can't read you, then you could be a lone wolf. It's not that you're as distant or aloof as you come across, it's just that you're not the type of person to wear your heart on your sleeve. Despite this, as a lone wolf, you still feel and experience things very strongly, but you keep this deeper, inner aspect of yourself to yourself. You like to keep your feelings to yourself because you would prefer to deal with your own problems alone without needing pity, sympathy, or the unsolicited advice of others. When you're going through something particularly tense or stressful, you only let your closest friends or loved ones see your vulnerability, as they are the only ones who deserve to see it. It's not for the whole world to see. Lone wolves are hard to read, and this is what makes them so appealing to others. People are drawn to them because they want to know what's under the surface. Number 4. You are a private person. If you're a lone wolf, then 2 of the things you value most are your privacy and your personal space. If anyone violates these boundaries, then they will know about it soon enough, as you don't tolerate anyone crossing the line when it comes to these things. If someone tries to encroach on your private life, or you catch them doing a bit of digging, then you'll get tough and protect your territory. This is one of the main differences between someone who is an introvert and a lone wolf personality. Whereas a lone wolf will have no problem letting someone know that they've stepped over the line, introverts often find it hard to say no and difficult to maintain those personal boundaries firmly. Lone wolves will find it easy to push others away if they are behaving in ways that makes them feel uncomfortable or irritated. They might have high expectations of others when it comes to privacy and personal space, but in return the lone wolf will grant the same amount of respect and understanding to the boundaries of others. Number 3. You need your alone time. You could say that the operative word in the term lone wolf is lone. You have the same powerful, independent attitude within you that the wolf has. You highly value your sense of freedom in everything you do and much prefer to walk your own path alone. Lone wolves are introverts, and they get their energy when they're alone. You need to have this time in isolation to recharge and reboot. You love taking time out to be by yourself because this is when you can get in touch with your feelings, emotions, and do a bit of introspective self-reflection. Connecting with yourself is important to you, so having this quiet time gives you the space to do just that. If you find your energy levels, mental clarity, and ability to focus plummeting when you spend time in big groups of people, and if at the end of a long day you want nothing more than to go home, be alone, and curl up with a good book and a cup of tea, then these are signs that you have a lone wolf personality. Going out and partying is not what you are usually in the mood for. You prefer just to be alone to chill, and perhaps howl at the full moon a bit, but hey, no judgment here. Number 2. You prefer quality over quantity. On the topic of being alone versus being social, it's not to say that the lone wolf doesn't like being social from time to time. It's a misconception people have about this personality type, along with the false impression that lone wolves are antisocial or aren't likable. But this just isn't true. It's just that they usually prefer to spend time alone. However, when they are in the mood to socialize, they don't really like doing it randomly, spontaneously, or with people they don't really know or like very much. Lone wolves love having close friends and socializing when they are prepared for it and in the right mood, but they are much more selective about who they allow into their wolf pack than others might be. If you're a lone wolf, then you see no point in shallow relationships that aren't based on genuine interest, but out of social obligation. You prefer to build genuine relationships and authentic connections with deep, self-aware, and loyal people that you resonate with. And that's why you don't have hundreds of friends, or even dozens, just a small close circle of people you highly value. For the lone wolf, it's never about how many friends they have, but rather the quality of those friends. If you've made it this far on our list of signs that you are a true lone wolf, then thanks for sticking around. Please consider liking the video and sharing it so we know you're enjoying our content, and it helps us to grow the channel so we can put out more content just like this. Finally, on to number 1. You are highly self-aware. Most people go through life without getting to know themselves. They don't ever find out who they truly are or what they're about. And this is because most people choose to ignore their thoughts and feelings. But if you think lone wolves would ever have that issue, then you are mistaken, because they instead choose to embrace and become fully aware of those feelings. One of the most obvious signs that you have a lone wolf personality is that you are confident in who you are. You know yourself well, and that includes knowing what your shortcomings are, in addition to your strengths. And on top of all this, you're aware of your true potential. You know how to optimize yourself and your life in every way, while remaining humble and realistic. You don't wallow in negative emotions and never play the victim. Self-awareness is a very difficult thing for most to achieve, but it's an extremely important thing to possess. If you're a lone wolf, then you know yourself better than anyone else, and this allows you to understand those around you better too.